It's about to be that time. What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's about to be that time.
Savage.
Randy late? Oh, come on. 2 minutes? You know, you gotta let the anticipation build. The sweet tinge of anticipation for all my Saturday Night Live old heads. Continental vibes. 10:42. All right. I've remained unspoiled, unless I've spoiled myself by, you know, having any more W's, but we'll find out. I see a lot of people talking about Morge. I mean, I guess something to this happens in this chapter has to do with Morge. We just had the Theory for Theory with him not too long ago. If you haven't seen that, go ahead, check it out. That was a lot of fun. Sorry to anybody that was expecting me to be on Twitch last night. This chapter came out super early, and I wanted to avoid spoilers, so I did not go on Twitch. But what I am going to do is when I end this stream in about 2 hours or so, probably going to go straight to Twitch. So if you want to join me over there, twitch.tv/RandyTroy. Chrissy, it's affiliated now. She's going to be reacting to Hunter x Hunter tonight. She just reacted to the Kurapika and Uvo fight. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. It's Batman Day, by the way. Shout out to the, certified drip here. I had to break out my best Batman shirt because the new movie's out.
Certified drip.
All right. There's going to be a review for that. I've already recorded it. But I will say that it is objectively the best Batman film ever made. Objectively. From a comic standpoint. And no one really can argue otherwise, because this is the closest it's ever been to comic accuracy. And we'll get into specifics in the review. The movie just came out, so I don't expect too many people to have seen it. Shout out to Base Migs for following on Twitch. We get both notifications here. And A Stoner, what's up? Yep. And we have Zilager, super chat, appreciate it. Said it's about to be that time. It really is.
What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's about to be that time.
Major WX said, hello, here from Murphy Napier's video where she reacted to your law theory. Oh, thank you. Yeah, people have been sending that to me. She made a video. I have not watched the video, but I see that the law is in sword theory is in the thumbnail, alongside 5 other videos with way more views than the law theory. So I'm honored to be included with that. If people want, towards the end of the stream, we'll focus on the chapter here, but towards the end of the stream, maybe I'll react to whatever she talked about with the theory, because I'm very interested. And shout out to my guy Dawn Knight 1993 said enjoy the chapter. I'll catch the VOD with sound later. Thank you. Gonna catch up on the chat really quickly, and then we're gonna get into this. Okay, people are saying stop spoiling, so maybe I shouldn't. Chrissy's Twitch. Oh yeah, it's twitch.tv/Chrissy Varley with the VVARLEY. She should get into some Crollo stuff tonight. Killer Simba, thank you. My guy Enigma Sword said, I know the scans dropped last night and it doesn't officially release till Sunday, but I'm going to consider this a birthday gift from Oda anyway. That sounds like it's your birthday. Throw some W's and some happy birthdays in the chat for my guy Enigma Sword here. DJ Cherry Brossom's going to watch Batman tonight. Awesome, awesome. All right, we're going to get into the chapter here. And Novum said, yeah, Murphy reacted to your law theory. I was so excited. Cool, cool, cool. All right. My guy Dan said, got my Italian combo ready for this one. Randy OP stream. All right, this is fun. People have been hyping this one up. Shout out to the 270 people already in here at the beginning. I'm looking at the first page of the chapter now, loading up my OST. You know, nothing's complete without the soundtrack in my ear. I'm expecting some Luffy and Kaido fighting. That's what we talked about last week. That's what we talked about in the analysis. Expecting a chapter that is mostly Luffy and Kaido focused. We'll see what happens. We're definitely at a turning point. 1041. If you were here last week, I spoke about how everything has shifted. Everything was kind of on this upward trend where, you know, like we were completing things. And then after we beat Big Mom, everything in 1041 was about, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of Onigashima. It is crumbling, all of this. So we have now started this roller coaster towards the end of the arc. Let's see where we go. Chapter 1042. Winners shouldn't need rationalizations. All right. Cover story. Taking Niji and Yonji to Whole Cake Island. Pudding looking satisfied after her punches. She's got Rabian, the carpet next to her. We've got Oven and Brulee. Seems to be about it. Although, Oven seems to be confused. He's carrying both of the Vince Smokes in the book. Wonder what he's confused about. First page. Whoa! First page. Oh my god. Shout out to the boy X Drake. He said he was not leaving here empty-handed. This man just shoved his sword into the back of Dripper Scarfino. A blade through the chest. This is a crazy panel. This is crazy. Drake, why? I'm so drippy. This is me enacting my own justice. I envy you. Oh, this man just Soru right off of Drake's sword. Oh boy. Here comes the Shigan. Damn, right in his throat? Looked like he hit him right in the throat. Went straight for the juggy. Dripper's playing no games. Alright. Okay. Shout out to Darkside for subscribing. Alright, Flower Capital. Have you written down your wishes? Light the sky lanterns. Also, I just want to say, just about this, like, Drake and Dripper stuff, right? Now, there is a subset of the community that wants to see Drake join the crew, right? Now, this seems extremely unlikely, and I'm not entirely like saying that it's going to happen, right? I'm just saying that there are thematic elements that are kind of behind something like that, including shout out to my guy Michael Lacoste, Third Eye guy, for joining. There's the letter theory, right? Which, I mean, it would take a while to break it down, but you know, if you take everybody's like two letters, you go A, B, C, D, all the way down to Y and Z, you get areas, but the X area is missing. we're building up to this thing where every member of the crew is like fought a Cypher Pole agent, excluding Brook. That still needs to happen though, right? But Jinbei finally got his CP fight. And just saying, if Drake did, this would be this would count towards that. All right. Flower Capital. Have you written down your wishes? Light the sky lanterns. Make your dreams fly. We got Toko. Is this... I thought that Oda always drew Toko. Maybe I'm wrong. Shout out to Ambar B. Always drew Toko with lighter hair to signify the pink. Because it's like Toko looks different, and so did Oven in the cover page. But maybe that's just me remembering the anime, you know, and just thinking about that, and it's just been so long since we've seen them. All right, Onigashima Roof, getting back into this Kaido and Luffy Pound Town. All right. I'm D King Raid. What's up? What's up? This ain't Twitch, but we're getting raided. What's up, guys? Man. All right, we're at 465 people in here now. I'm on page 3 of this. Back to the Onigashima Roof. If Zach is in here, appreciate you, man. Yeah, a Twitch-like raid. And once this, you know, live reaction, everything is done, we're going to Twitch. Twitch.tv/Randy Troy. Let's see. All right, so Luffy's still in Snake Man. He's coming around. Kaido's blocking with the Kanabo. Let's see, we got Kev Dog in here. What's up, man? He's another One Piece YouTuber. Okay, next page. Kaido's getting hit from all sides. Luffy's looking a little exhausted in this panel here. He's altering the trajectory at whim. Rubber shouldn't be able to do this. Okay. I told you to knock it off. It hurts. This guy's putting the pain. Putting the pain here. To everybody who just rated, if you're not subbed, there's a red button that says subscribe. Oh my god. Oh my god, next page. Stop it, you. Flirty drunk phase. You're still drunk. I hope you don't think you're the only one who can see the future. I'll take a page out of your book. Alright, now he's back on his Rick Sanchez. How's this? Thieving drunk phase. What's he's about to steal some moves from Luffy here. How many phases does Kaido have? This is ridiculous. Kaido Kawaii said shitty. Ooh. Kaido used Bite. It's super effective. Oh my god. Like the stream, guys. Like the stream. Kaido's flying up into the air. Does he still have Luffy in his mouth? I can't tell. Yep, yeah, he does. He ate me. Pause. Bryant Dorsey, appreciate the sub. Let me out. Okay, he spit him out. Blast breath. Luffy's eating it. He's getting shot down. What did I say, guys? We were moving away from the roof. If this is what's about to happen, we see Yamato as he's sending Luffy down. He sure is. He sure is. Are the bombs going to play? More like crunch. Did man just burp? Yeah, I was reading the chapter and it said burp, so I burped. I really get into this. All right. I was like, I was doing my Rick Sanchez. Kaido used Hyper Beam. Luffy's falling. Luffy's falling. Cough, cough, whoosh. Bound Man, switch. Have we ever seen this? Have we ever seen him switch between both? Switch between Snake Man into Bound Man or vice versa? I don't know if we've seen this. I think it's been either or. Okay. He shoots out. He's flying back up to the roof. Back for more, huh? How many minutes have I got left? This is my last Gear 4th. That's what you said last chapter, bro. I don't have time to waste. All right. We got my boy Evil in here too. We getting a star-studded cast today. Evo said, "Yep, first time we've seen him switch in between two things. 551 people in here. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for being here." I'm at the part where Gear 4th is Luffy is flying up back towards Kaido. I can't lose here. Everyone in Wano will continue to starve and go thirsty if you stick around. Yeah. Goma Goma, no. Okay. Here comes Kaido. Another burp. Is that so? You're in worse shape than I thought. It's your business who you choose to join forces with. Shout out to Kaiser. Super chat said, "Love your channel, bro." Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next page.
What's up, y'all? You know what time it is? It's about to be that time.
I didn't even press that. Sometimes the sound effects go off on their own, but really it was just, I don't choose what time it is. When it's that time, it's that time. All right. But the people of Wano are used to defeat. They're either weak pacifists or content to die for the sake of honor. They're just losers trying to cover up the stench of their failures. Kaido's trying to spit right now. Let's see. Shut your mouth. The samurai are strong. They held their own. They did their thing. Still lost. Shout out to Zalager. Said, Snake Man being Luffy's last Gear 4th had Law claiming to be out of stamina energy. Yo. Law saying I'm out of stamina and then still doing everything he did in 1040 was ridiculous. Oh, man. A brave face makes them strong. Winners shouldn't need rationalizations. Which are you, winner or loser? All right, so we got the... That's the title of the chapter. Okay, Supreme Kong Gun. Big panel of Kaido getting hit. Kaido looking done. We know he's not. Not yet. I can't let up until Gear 4th is finished. This Gear 4th is definitely finishing. Phantom said, burping on command, Randy. You've been stealing moves from Mars. Yeah, just pat my back. I mean, Kaido keeps burping. You know, I'm just trying to make this as interactive as possible here. All right, Roaring Thunder Bagua. This is an upgraded Raime Hake here. Hybrid Thunder Bagua. Hybrid Bagua. Come on, Luffy. You really gonna... You're gonna expel all of your air again? Pant, pant. Can't let any escape. I'll lose power. Yep. Homicidal drunk phase. Oh, this is about to get real. Homicidal drunk phase.
It's about to get spicy.
One more shot. If this isn't enough, I'll lose. Oh boy. Alright. Goma goma no. Bring it on, brat. He's going for the same move again. Wait a second. Is my guy Dripper getting involved? Oh my god. Oh my god. Huh? To Kai. CP0. Oh. Kaido's about to get Higuarashi vibes. Dripper Scarfino, right? And for anybody who doesn't know, I've named this guy because Oda has yet to name him. Dripper just pulled a Kozuki Higurashi and just got involved in Kaido's fight. Just switched into Momonosuke. This man was having the time of his life. And Dripper was like, hold on, let me help you, bruh. Kaido's about to be like, I didn't need help. Alright, let me see this. Let me see this. All right. Yep. We're getting a flashback to we're getting a flashback to this exact moment. I just moved over here. Yep. Them holding Momonosuke, Odin. Wow. Kaido looks like he's about to cry. A rush of emotions. That's the end of the chapter. I wish there was another page, but that's a good place to end it. Wow. Chat's going crazy. Woo! Oh man, this is the type of Ric Flair chapter right here. It's just. Oh my god. Damn, we almost got 700 people in here. All right. Shout out to Arari for joining the channel. Zalager said, when Kaido hears the narrator say, one-on-one, always bet on Kaido, he enters sad drunk phase. One-on-one, always bet on the person who interferes with a Kaido fight. Oh my god. Nick Can't Snipe said, poor Kaido, suffering from accidental success. Suffering from accidental success. Oh my god. Let's be honest. Morge got the W in this fight. More future sight. Kaido versus magically healed CP0 next. We're getting there. We're getting there. Orari said, I really want to believe that Luffy is Sun Wukong or the Nika Nika no Mi, but how do I explain to myself that he defeated Enel only because he was rubber? And Randy Love, thank you for the super chat, thank you for joining the channel, and thank you for the comment. Me personally, I still believe that Luffy has some form of giant fruit, and that his awakening could potentially be size manipulation. I think that the Sun Wukong elements, I have not, you know, these theories have been around for a while. I know that Earl Hara put out a video recently. I haven't watched it, but and I know that the Nika Nika no Mi is part of Uteron's big thing, and then he's got the oil part. I don't buy into the oil factor because there's no story relevance. If Luffy's fruit is oil, it doesn't mean anything. You know, if it was in our world, in the real world, then an oil fruit would be something very valuable, right? If someone could actually produce oil. But in this story, I don't think that that's necessary. So, but what would be interesting is if Luffy had the ability to change the size of different things, then that's something that could be scary to the world government. Oh, man. Glad you're here said, now I really feel like an execution is incoming, same as for Ace, a way to bring the Grand Fleet to Wano. I hope not. It's going to take too long. I mean, we've talked about the possibility of Luffy actually getting captured and then having an inversion of the entire story, right? After Sabaody, we followed Luffy without the crew, right? What if we had to follow the crew without Luffy for a saga to get Luffy back? So the reverse of Marineford, in the same way that like Alabasta is the reverse, you know, Dressrosa is a different lens of Alabasta, right? What if Crocodile won? What if Luffy didn't interfere with Alabasta? That would be Dressrosa, right? So what if we got a version of Impel Down, of Marineford, of like an Amazon Lily arc, which could very well be Sphinx Island, like I've said before, where the crew is without Luffy. He's whisked away by Dripper, right? Somehow Dripper gets away, and he takes Luffy with him. And then the crew has to like come together and like figure things out. Zoro has to lead the crew, and we just focus on the other characters. We get the Grand Fleet involved. You know, maybe the Grand Fleet is responsible for going to Impel Down and getting Luffy out, and simultaneously breaking out other people as well. Maybe Bon Clay. You know, if some of the warlords get captured, you know, maybe Bucky is in there again. I think that Hancock is going straight to the world government because she's got a tattoo. But, you know, and going to Marijoa. Man, Dripper. Can I talk about my goat right here? Dripper Scarfino. He has leveled up in shystiness.
Another one.
Drake should have just went and made his phone call. Shout out to Lucy B, member for 10 months, said, greetings from my vacation on Cyprus. RIP CP0. Oh yeah. I don't know how Dripper's gonna get out of this one. Oh man. Shout out to my boy AJ1218, Kanye voice, CP0. Kaido, I'm gonna let you finish, but Katakuri had the best fight of all time. Oh man. This is getting insane. This is so insane. Cone Killer Confusor. Kaido out here treating alcohol like rumble balls. Yeah, he has about as many forms. He might have more forms. Every chapter, it's a new transformation. Oh man, Isopod. This is a good point. He said, reminds me of the Flampe incident. Think Luffy will refuse to blame his loss on CP0's interference. fully earning Kaido's respect. Interesting. Yeah. Luffy's not the type of person that would say, oh, I only lost because they interfered. Luffy would internalize it and say that he got sloppy and wasn't calm enough to use his future sight to prevent Dripper from grabbing him. Or Dripper is just OP. This man got impaled this chapter. Right? Drake was looking real good. But, you know, if you're gonna land a blow, you gotta stick it, Drake. Let's see. Momo said, it seems the stab doesn't bother Dripper that much. What ability does he have? That'd be kind of crazy if... Child on discount. That's a funny name. Thanks for following on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Randy Troy. We're going there after we're done with this stream. Could he have some sort of a Logia? He's got to have a fruit. He's got to have one. He's got to have one. Man, this is so insane. Will Reynolds super chatted said, I still want Luffy and Kaido to fight CP0 together. I mean, that's if Luffy's gonna get up after this. That was his final Gear 4th, right? Shout out to Venom. But I mean, we saw Law say, "This is my final room," and then they had like 4 more rooms. So, no break next week. Yes. So that's what everybody was saying, that Morge is literally Dripper Scarfino. And under the mask. He's going to take the mask off and it's just Morge. This raid will fail. It's going to fail. Alright? Morge climbed into One Piece, took over Dripper Scarfino, and left the Drake fight, ran up to the roof and said, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna end this myself. Fine. I'll do it myself. Yeah, well, I saw it earlier. Someone said it went by too fast, but I loved it. Someone said, Dripper to Drake, you should have aimed for the head. We got Dripper Thanos over here. Oh my god. Brandon King said, if you look at the start of Kaido's thieving drunk, he's changing angles like Snake Man's fist. Interesting. Yep. Also, you gotta make Kaido's CP0 face into an emote. Chin, my guy, member for 10 months. Randy, Kaido's drunk split personalities is based on Jackie Chan's 8 Immortals Drunken Fist movie. Yeah, Drunken Fist style. The Drunken Master, right? Where one of them is flirting, drunken style. I remember that. I remember when he did that. Demon Gunner 7, the flashback is coming. Savage. I mean, it really should. I mean, we're definitely, like I've said before, it's going to be within the next 10 chapters for sure. Arari super chat had said, the giant theory is a strong one, but that remains a mystery how he defeated Enel. He was immeasurable to Enel's, he was immune to Enel's electricity. All I know about logic is that, talking about the rubber being unaffected by Enel's electricity. And Enel had destructive power, Oda mystery. So, if the property is rubber that allows this elasticity to turn, to change size, right? Then that just works. It's still the rubber fruit, in a sense. The property of it is still rubber. The reason you're able to grow is because it's rubber. That's how Oda could get out of it. Andrea said, did I see that Murphy Napier reacted to my theory? We talked about this earlier. I have not watched it, but once we have talked about 1042 enough, I am going to pull that video up, and I'm going to watch what she said on stream, and we can talk some more about the sword theory based on whatever her thoughts were. I'm excited to do that. Louis Vasquez said, Oda is setting up the Straw Hats to fight Kaido. I mean, I've liked that, right? I have a theory on the channel where I talked about the end of Kaido being in the live floor and then having this sort of like Skypiea moment, right? Where, Enel's game. There's only going to be 5 people at the end, right? We have this great panel, one of my favorite panels in the series, of Zoro, Robin, Gonfall, Wiper, all looking at Enel and saying that, like he's the one that's going to go down, right? Enel then goes and proceeds to take him out. Shout out to the sheriff following on Twitch. And I want that, but I want to have 9 people, 9 shadows, have a similar panel with Kaido in the center, right? And have a whole mishmash of random people. You get Zoro in there. Well, Zoro's packed up. I don't know if Zoro would be able to do it now at this point. Zoro could even be like literally dead right now. He'll find some way back to he'll get lost on the way to heaven and come back. Shout out to Camp Psycho. But you'll have Yamato, we'll have Momo, maybe Usopp. Usopp have a grand moment against Kaido. You gotta have the random ones, the ones that, seem out of place, but really, fit the aesthetic of it all. And, some representation of each faction would be very interesting. Isopod. Super Chat said, wait, hold up. Dripper was surprised that Drake attacked him. Did we know already that CP0 knows that he's still a Marine? Maybe Sword isn't what we thought. No, he knows, because he literally called Drake out for being a Sword member. Shout out to Ish Law. Yeah, because I took I took that as a massive W that week. That was 1032, I believe. And because I've been saying part of the the law theory, right? The fact that my headcanon is that law is also in Sword. Nothing has changed there. But the crux of the theory really is that Sword is an organization within the Marines that is against the world's government's tactics of slavery and and tyranny and like creating these and warmongering with these weapons. So and Garp, with his disdain of the world government, is the head of that. So Drake being here would be in direct conflict with CP0, who are getting these weapons to warmonger for the Celestial Dragons, right? And then Dripper Scarfino going after Drake, and then them fighting. It's just it's a W for Sword versus Shield. So CP0 being CP0 Aegis, which in Greek means shield. Let's see. Oh, man. Drake had one job. Oh, man. What a chapter, people. Dripper is stealing the show. Dripper is literally one of my favorite characters. And I love that so many people are calling him Dripper Scarfino now, too. Let's see. Maxo, yeah, I finished the reaction. We're into the talk back. Anybody who missed the reaction, the VOD will be on the second channel, Rand D. Troy. I get a lot of people that are, ask about the reactions each week now. I move them over to the second channel. So let's see. But members you can just watch it here if you want to. I make this, I don't delete this, I just make it members only, and then I put the VOD on the second channel for everybody else. Let's see. Catching up. Is Karabu on Onigashima? That's a good question. I mean, depends on if he rode up on Momo's back with the rest of Law's fodder Marines. Because people have said that there's like a little tiny speck of a panel, you know, like, and I kind of see it, where you can kind of see a bunch of people on Momo's back. The implication is like that's where Jean Bart and the rest of them like got up there. Could Caribou have been there? Potentially. Could he still be on mainland Wano? If he is, then that means that mainland Wano is in fact going to play a role. I don't know. Loggy said that they called Dripper interfering, similar to the old hag last week in the stream. Did I call that out? Because I don't remember that. But good job. That's a big win.
Another one.
Ranger said, put the subs on for Murphy's video.
Savage.
Yeah, I watch everything with subs, so they'll be on. Peak burping during the read. Yeah, special skills. Burp on command. Love the dedication in the video you dropped earlier about the One Piece live action. Oh yeah, new video on the One Piece live action talking about leaks, costumes, things like that. Enter a name said, we're calling the CP0 guy Bob Lucci. That name doesn't... Dripper Scarfino all day. We've been calling him that for months. But I could see Bob Lucci trending more than Dripper. DJ BJ32 said somehow Raizo will be one of the 9 shadows. Gum Diesel said, so happy that it happened this way. This tied the Odin flashback to the current story now more than just one way, like all of Oda's main flashbacks. Yeah, so having this happen is a good transition into more Kaido stuff, flashback-wise, right? Because we're getting a balance of what we got in the earlier part of this whole act. And this act should end with Kaido's flashback and then an epilogue. So, yeah. Man, when Dripper snuck in there, man. Glad you're here, said, just found this. Ancient rubber makes harvested latex from rubber trees. And mixed with juice from morning glory vines / Luffy latex. Wine, sake, dreams. Yeah. I mean, the process of refining rubber, does have to do with processing it from trees. We talked about this a little bit when we were really diving deep into Joy Boy lore, and even genocides and things like that, and how things could be tied. One of the biggest genocides in the world happened in Africa, and it was over rubber. Okay, so I mean, I'm talking like at least 10 million people died because of this. Pratt Hughes, thank you for subscribing. So, and all of the shady stuff with the world government, the Void Century, my headcanon is that there had to have been some sort of mass genocide to reshape the world into their own image. And if it was and Oda draws from real life a lot. So if it had anything to do with that genocide in Africa over rubber, that would be interesting. That would be interesting, and bring to light something that is, not. It's kind of hidden, sort of like the Void Century. Desto v. Randy, if it's not rubber, how did he beat an L? I'm not saying it's not rubber. I'm just saying that I think that the property of it is the reason that he's able to grow and shrink is because of rubber and the elasticity, right? But that the awakening of it probably involves size manipulation, which would maybe be turning something else into rubber, and then it like shrinks and expands based on how much air is inside of it. So, or it's a balloon fruit and it just balloons things. Let's see. Maxo, my guy, mentioned yesterday in Discord, it's super cool that according to Kaido's speech this chapter, his discontent at an unfair fight flies right in the face of his ideals that he lectures about. I mean, there's nothing fair about what he's doing to Wano, so... Oh, man. Nothing special either, said Dripper may have a teleportation devil fruit. How did he get up to the roof so quickly? Also makes sense if he teleports away from Drake's sword. That's interesting. If it wasn't just Soru. That's interesting. But also, we gotta put some respect on Dripper's name, because everybody was calling him a fraud last week. I stayed true. I had faith in Dripper. This man was like, whoa, like, you want me to go up there? Where they're scrapping? I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But he said, oh, I'm done with this Drake stuff. I'd rather go up there. Maybe we need to be thinking about Drake a little differently. Nah. Let's see. Let's see. The Odin man said, hey Randy, there's a theory that as opposed to Kaido finishing Odin, what we saw was actually Kaido's future sight. He didn't actually finish Luffy. What do you think? Oh. So are you saying that we are seeing Kaido's future sight of Dripper coming in, and that when we start 1043, that will not have happened yet, and what we'll actually get is Kaido finishing off Dripper before he takes on Luffy. Now that would be an interesting subversion from Oda, and I actually wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. Imagine that, right? And I don't know if that's exactly what you were saying or if I'm taking it in a different direction. But that would be interesting if the last page, because they were talking about future sight, hasn't actually happened yet. Then it wouldn't be looking good for Dripper. Fable said, I don't think Oda would pull out the rug like that with future sight. Let's see. Gio said, now Luffy got flattened. Oda wouldn't go that far. It'd be like chapter 900 all over again. No thanks, said Maxo. I mean, what I would actually prefer is if it was Luffy using future sight and realized that, right? because that's what Whole Cake was all about. Luffy getting... I don't know who we need to give props to here right now. Should we give props to Dripper for catching both of them off guard? Or should we be admonishing Luffy, who had an entire arc based around the training of his future sight, and even Udon in this arc to further train his future sight? And then here, he gets grabbed like a schmo. So I don't think it would be as bad as chapter 900. Like, 900 was bad. You know, we thought the Sunny was weeks later. It's just like, nope, it just went in Watatsumi's mouth. This, I think, would be an interesting subversion where it would actually hype Luffy up and show that he did learn something, but I like the development better for the story if what we're seeing in the last page actually did happen. Because then we can go forward. While it would be interesting, it would hype Luffy up, it would be a back step. And it wouldn't really have any story significance rather than just hyping Luffy up, or Kaido. So, and if that was the case, then I would have to assume that Future Sight would be a necessary device for how to beat Kaido or something. That's the only reason you would have that in the story if it was fake. But there's just more interesting developments. Because if you're going to do this and you're going to have Dripper come in and let Luffy get hit with the Bagua, then Luffy is out. Luffy's got to be done.
Savage.
Now the question remains if Kaido can actually catch Dripper before he leaves with Luffy, right? Now imagine he does have a teleportation fruit. Vanishes. Wouldn't be completely out of the realm. I mean, especially when you have something like Kuma's fruit. And then Kaido is just left there by himself, like the John Travolta, you know, Pulp Fiction meme. He's just sitting there like... We have no choice but to start looking at other things, and you know, then where does the story go? Like, oh, that's the question. Like, if Luffy's defeated here, what do we do? What do we do? Especially considering that I fully expect a Kaido to get beaten, and then for CP0 to be the threat. I mean, we've talked about CP0 being the Kuma here, right? Showing up at the last minute and interfering. So, W there. But this is really early in that whole idea and that plan. But that's what makes this interesting. I'm really loving these developments. I'm loving this. Hey, Chrissy's in the chat. Shout out to Phantom Greyfire, like D-Stream. Chrissy said she's shocked, but also doesn't think that Luffy is defeated. Okay, okay. Let's see. Scald of Epic said, or Luffy had a future sight vision of CP0 going for a blow on Kaido and put himself in the way so he wouldn't get a cheap shot. That would be pretty honorable for a man that doesn't necessarily deserve that. And Luffy knows the stakes that we're dealing with, so I don't know about that. Dripper speed feat's insane. Yep. Demon Gunner 7 super chat said, from how it's been used prior, Future Sight only works on whatever the user is focusing on. Luffy couldn't have seen Dripper. Kaido might have, though. True. Because even with Katakuri's future sight, he didn't catch Flampe's darts until it was too late. So, shout out to Big Richie Rich for following on Twitch. Bars. Yeah, I'm loving the consequences too, Maxo. You know, we're just talking about all possibilities here. Loggy said people theorize the same "it hasn't actually happened yet" thing when Cat stabbed Luffy. I don't see Oda doing it. I wouldn't have seen it happening there. I could see it happening here, but it's not my favorite theory of all of this. Sean McKnight said, "I'm in favor of Luffy being the eye patch pirate. And for me, the one to take his eye is between Blackbeard and Kaido. Do you think this attack would take his eye out?" Shout out to Winter Bokeh. So if you guys are unfamiliar, Oda has been asked for many years why in One Piece, a story about pirates, there is no eye patch. And he said that he was saving it for a particular pirate. And that he did have a plan for an eye patch. So lately I've been seeing a lot of stuff about Luffy is going to be the eye patch pirate. And this is not how Luffy would lose an eye. If Luffy was going to lose an eye, then it would be a very visceral panel of his eye getting pulled out or something. And there would be dialogue around it and all of that stuff. And, you know, you have Kaido talking about the spark in Luffy's eye and stuff. Like, there's no way that he wouldn't talk about that. But am I in favor of it? No. It's very dark for One Piece. I think it would make more sense if someone like Rocks had the eye patch. You know, Lurking Legend type stuff. Emu. A character that just hasn't actually been revealed yet. This isn't how rubber works, said Kaido from Space Pirate King. Yeah, when I read that, I was like, okay. Dragon Capster said, "Oh no, he's got Kuma's fruit because Kuma died." No, because CP0 has been on Wano since Act 2. So I don't see, geography-wise, doesn't work. It would have to be a different fruit. Pug Life said, "What's good, Randy? What's good, Pug Life?" Free Line said balloon fruit wouldn't have the Gorosei sweating. If the balloon fruit created Zunisha and took it from a normal-sized elephant to a giant elephant, if it created the ancient Oni race, if that's the reason why we have the Oni-Kashima skull and giant swords and things like that, because the awakening of this fruit can change the size and properties of things, then yeah, we'd probably have them sweating. Luffy's made a bungee gum. Oh man. What is the thieving drunk phase? So in that particular moment, right, he was talking about how rubber shouldn't move like that, and you know, he was using Snake Man to like hit him from all sides. So what Kaido was doing there in the thieving drunk phase was moving his body around, sort of like, I guess I would probably liken it more to Bellamy's spring hopper. So he's probably moving around in a way that emulated what Luffy was doing. Maxo said, he's kind of spitting. That isn't really how rubber works. I mean, it's not. Brandon King said that Shanks will lose his eye to Blackbeard, and the eye patch pirate that way. The scars over his eye foreshadowing this. Maybe. Maybe. That's not bad. Let's see. Luffy has the Sun Wukong mythical Zoan. I don't know. I don't think we're literally going to get Sun Wukong, guys. You know, that would be... it would be too on the nose, you know? Dragon Ball already is like the literal Sun Wukong story with Goku. We don't necessarily need that in Luffy. We can have hints to it. You know, we already have Hyogoro saying that Luffy resembles a deity, that he resembles, you know, these, you know, ancient Buddhist gods. And, you know, I think more than anything, that's probably what we're going to get. Now, what I would like from all of this is, and something I'd still like to see, I don't know how we get there after this chapter, is, you know, Hyogoro getting killed by Kaido in front of Luffy and having this Obi-Wan moment. Because Oda does like to reference popular films and television and cultures and things like that. I just think that that's what Hyogoro was set up for, but we'll see. Let's see. Spinach Shade said Brook versus Schoolboy in the vault room. Yeah, Schoolboy Collins needs to make his move, and Dripper is already dealing with this Luffy stuff. So Schoolboy Collins, that's the other CP0 member, the one with the bucket hat. He, I believe, is still going to go after Robin and Brook will finally face off against a Cypher Pole member. Because he needs to. He has yet to do it. He's the only member of the crew that has not gone up against Cypher Pole. He's got to do it. He's got to complete the trend. So. Sox Stezebek said Fuji is in top 20. Yeah, he's probably top 10. Let's see. Reddit 52 said, I'm honestly at a loss of words after this chapter. All I can say is the entire community needs to give Mortgages flowers. You know, we got to see where we go from here. I mean, the man literally did walk into the page of One Piece and take over Dripper and just try to end this. Now, I've always said that the raid should fail, but probably won't. And if it does, I'm just going to be happy because it means that we're getting an injection of drama into the story, and the story is moving in a interesting way, right? My whole thing was, I figured that we are going to beat Kaido, right? And then the world government would take over and annex Wano. Because then you get Momo joining the crew because he can't become the Shogun because the world government is, like, controlling his land. So he has to go with the Straw Hats until they defeat the world government to come back to Wano. probably get Yamato, you get Tama, reunite with Vivi somewhere along the way with either the Revolutionary Army or the Grand Fleet, and we have, you know, some sort of interaction in Sphinx Island. We go to Elbaf, maybe an Impel Down 2.0 rescue arc, Final War, Laugh Tale somewhere in the middle of all of that. Man, this is really wild. Oh, my guy Kermit D. Frog. Shout out, man. He said, I can see Kaido fighting off Dripper long enough for Luffy to recharge. His backstory told while CP0 disgraces rocks to Kaido's face. Wow. That would put Dripper, like, way up there. If he can go, you know, if he can stand with, if he can stand with Kaido like that long, that'd be kind of crazy. I'm okay with that. I like Dripper. I like him. Will the crew be pulling up to the Giants Island? Yeah, they have to go to Elbaf. The One Piece was inspired by Norse mythology, so Oda is not going to miss the opportunity to go to Elbaf because he's just going to flex. If there's two arcs that he's probably wanted to do the whole time, it's Wano, to like incorporate his own cultures and folklores that he grew up with and things like that. And then Elbaf is going to be another flex because it's what made him write this story. So anybody that says we're not going to Elbaf is just lying to themselves. Let's see. Even more just saying that this isn't it. Yeah, I mean, this is not confirmation that the raid is going to fail at all. It just means that maybe Luffy is lost. We need more context, right? The most interesting thing is everybody runs away from Wano with their tails in their hand. And I think that that's where Morage and I are on the same page with that. Fleeing Wano and going somewhere else because they have no other choice but to get off of Wano. So, and with everything in 1041, with everybody, you know, deciding, okay, we have to get off. You have Usopp trying to find an exit. Nami is with Marco. Marco's going to heal Kamachio and Hihimaru so that no one says, how did they get off of Onigashima? Everybody's going to be trying to get off of this floating island safely so that they can get off of Wano. And if Luffy gets captured in all of this, it's just going to create like a really great Water 7 style moment where, you know, just that empty feeling when everybody's like standing on that roof and everything, and they don't know what's going on with Robin. Usopp's already left. And it's just like, what do we do now? Right? Zoro's packed up. Sanji will probably be, you know, handling things until Zoro's better. And, you know, it may even be Marco's idea to be like, hey, just come with me to Sphinx Island or something. But the real reason that I want to go to Sphinx is for Luffy to have that moment with Ace's grave. So if he's captured, you know, we don't necessarily get that. But, man, either way, you know, the thing here, though, is that with all these world government ships, I want the government to take over Wano. Because that's the best case scenario for the story. The world government takes over Wano. So then it has to come down to the world government taking down Kaido. So now what if Green Bull or, you know, Vegapunk or something, like, they're on the ships? You know, Vegapunk is already, you know, what if Vegapunk is the one who actually captured Kaido in the first place? You know, we know that Vegapunk experimented on Kaido. What if he has some, like, crazy contraption and he just, like, magically shows up and he's the one that captured it? I mean, I should really put the tinfoil hat on for this stuff. Where did I put that thing? So, I mean, that just kind of... If Luffy's defeated, nobody else on Wano is going to be able to defeat Kaido except potentially CP0 because we don't know what their capabilities are, and it would be, and whoever else is on those government ships. Now, there's also Zunisha, and there's the possibility that Momonosuke could control Zunisha and use Zunisha to take out Kaido, similar to what happened with Jack. Giant dragon versus a giant elephant, and the trunk just slaps Kaido to the moon. Say what's up to Enel. Because it's always, it's not about, is this cool, is this not cool? This is, does this help or hurt the story? Does this get us where we need to go in the long run? We haven't had that Sabaody moment in the post-time skip, and that's what I've been waiting for. And I think that that's similar. I think Morge and I both want the same things, and we're just talking about it in different ways. And I want the crew to feel despair, because from despair comes realization, comes growth. And that's what this story needs. We focused on the Scabbards for so long. We focused on Momonosuke for so long. We focused on Odin for so long, Wano for so long. And when I say for so long, I mean since Punk Hazard. This has been that kind of a story. But, man, it's just, I want to focus back on the crew. First and foremost. That's what I want. I want to focus on the crew. I want to leave Wano behind. And if the world government takes it over, then we can conveniently leave abruptly. And the goal is to take down the world government, but first they have to get stronger again. So we have maybe a little mini time skip. Everybody trains, learns hockey, potentially. If they have to get Luffy out of somewhere, out of a situation, they get Luffy out of a situation, or maybe the Grand Fleet does. Grand Fleet, you gotta remember, they had that little panel, chapter 800 or 801, that said that they were going to be responsible for a moment that was going to change the course of history, right? And the last time that we had gotten one of those prior to that was at the end of the Bonaro Island fight. So whatever the Grand Fleet is involved in is what's going to lead us into the final war, similar to how the fight between Ace and Blackbeard led us into the final war. And if it has anything to do with Sabo being captured, if he's captured, I still don't know if he's actually captured. Or now if Luffy does get whisked away, which we've been talking about for a long time being a possibility, then that gives an opportunity for, in a separate story, the Grand Fleet being responsible for saving him. And the crew doesn't, have to do it. And the crew just focuses on whatever issue they're dealing with. And then that panel at the end of, those chapters in Dressrosa then suddenly makes sense, because them freeing Luffy allows him to go into the final war and do what he needs to do, right? So... yeah, sorry guys, that was Oda calling. You know how it is. Shout out to Lee J Animation, said dropping this just for that Kermit impression made my Friday. LOL, thanks. Yeah, anytime Kermit D Frog comes into the chat, you know, we got to bring out the Kermit. Let's see. Chin said he missed my Kermit so much. Maxo said if we're not going to Elbaf, Oda might as well kill off Usopp now. Facts. Usopp's not going to die, though. I know a lot of people think that if anybody in the crew is going to die, it's Usopp, but he's not. No way. We are Usopp. The audience is Usopp. Oda's not going to kill us. Emil says I could see Sabo and Vivi waiting for them on Sphinx Island. Would love it. Shout out to Astong for subbing. Let's see. My hair's too drippy for the tinfoil hat. The tinfoil hat's too small. Chrissy made it too small for our heads, so it's definitely not going to protect us from the alien invasion. That's for sure. Too many holes, too many openings. Watched that clip, said a lot of people in One Piece use armament and observation now. I really want the other Straw Hats to learn at least one of those too, because I think they really need it when going forward. See, that's what I mean. Like, especially when we're going up against Blackbeard, like Robin with armament, you know, Frankie with armament. Nami, I've always felt, already has the aptitude for observation, so she really should have it because her weather forecasts are almost already like observation hockey. They at least need one of the two. That's right. Usopp needs to be able to put armament on, you know, whatever he shoots out of the Kabuto. Martinez says, where do you get the little One Piece figurines? I like the Dripper figure. So eBay, Mandarake, Bai, for the figures that the official line doesn't create. There are groups in China that create those additional figures, like Dripper is not an official figure. Comes from one of those groups, BBF Studio. Those I get on Taobao, which is a Chinese marketplace. Safama's out of here. Thanks for being here, Safama. Barry said, glue the tinfoil hat to the inside of a crown, King. Fable. Spitting. Alright. Fable wouldn't be Fable if he didn't say this. She spells his name backwards, and it's Elbaf. Said Oda would have to die, and someone else would have to finish the series for us to skip Elbaf. Facts. All of this stuff, we're not going to Elbaf ever, has been like a rampant thing. Like, no, we're skipping Elbaf. There's no room for it in the story anymore. Tell that to Oda. Tell that to Oda. We're going to Elbaf. It might not be the next island. I don't even expect it to be the next island. But we're going there. Let's see. Chin said Randy Morridge endorses Usopp's death, by the way. Yeah, you know what? And I forgot about that. That was something that I wanted to talk to him about, but when I get Morridge back for another theory for theory, that's something that I want to talk about because I haven't watched his video, and I'd like to actually hear his thoughts on it, and then I'll share mine on why I believe that Usopp lives until the end. No. Dawn Knight's back. Let's see. Death Star Pluto will wipe out Elbaf off the map, Randy, said Chin. I don't know about that. Maxo said all of the people saying that have been reading for like 2 years. Just want to make fans mad. Yeah, there's a lot of funny theories that come from the people that, you know, started reading the series during the pandemic or something. Because you know, there's a lot of things that get missed when you binge it all, and then you're not having, you know, the interactions with the community that have been around for years. But that's why, you know, we have these community discussions to try and, you know, build that stuff up. I'm happy, you know, that was, you know, the pandemic is a terrible thing, but One Piece is an amazing thing that has the ability to save lives and help people. So I'm glad that a lot of people found it during this awful time. Yeah, we're going to Elbaf. And Zoro's not killing Kaido. Dawn Knight said, I think Kaido will awaken his fruit, fight CP0 and the world government. Luffy will crash on the live floor and be healed with mink medicine and go for the next round and then win against Kaido. That would be interesting. That would be interesting if the mink medicine came back and that it was now Luffy that took it. I like that. What I don't like about that is Kaido awakening for the world government and not for Luffy. Because that would mean that Luffy was going all out and Kaido was holding back. And if Kaido was going to, you know, go awaken for anybody, I'd prefer it to be Luffy, you know. Yup. Definitely Dawn. Let's see. Dawn, I mean, you're modding over on Twitch, so it's only right. God. All right, so I'm going to take a look at the chapter again. I want to see if there's anything that that I missed. If Kaido awakens out of anger, Ermac will accept it. I guess I could see that point. I could see that point being made. All right. Shout out to the still 500 people in here. Like the stream if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for being here. Loving this discussion. What a chapter. What a chapter. Towards the end of the stream, I'm going to be reacting to Murphy Napier talking about the law and sword theory. We'll probably, you know, we'll get it. The streams usually go for about 2 hours, so somewhere around there. We're about an hour and a half in. We'll get into that, and then I'm going to do some Twitch, since I didn't do it last night. Twitch.tv/Randy Troy, and Chrissy's going to be reacting to Hunter x Hunter tonight. Twitch.tv/Chrissy Varley. Alright, so I'm starting the chapter again here. Shout out to King Apple Toast following on Twitch, thank you. And man, what a way to start the chapter. This panel of Drake stabbing Dripper. So he can't be Logia because he did get stabbed, and there is blood here. Because we were talking about, like, how did he eat this, right? But now I'm looking back and it's like, no, this is here. Glad you're here, said Whitebeard, also held back. Yeah, but he was also very injured. This man Dripper saying Drake. Why? Like, as if this man didn't try to kill Drake, chapters ago. This is an interesting line by Dripper. I envy you. What if this guy's a slave? What if Dripper is a slave to the Celestial Dragons and is beholden to their orders? But he was so strong that they let him, like, be a high-ranking member of CP0. But when they tell him something, like, he cannot, you know, or this could just be to show how afraid this person is of whoever their boss is, if it's Emu or the Gorsei or anything like that. It's Drake saying, this is me enacting my own justice. And Dripper saying that he envies it, that he wish he could enact his own justice, but he's beholden to orders. So this is... There's definitely some depth here. Shout out to God Complex. Have I watched The Batman yet? It was amazing. Objectively best Batman movie ever made from a comic standpoint. I shot a review for it. I just have to edit it. That'll be coming out soon. God Complex, so watch out for that. You know, huge Batman fan. Got the Batman drip on. Yep. We're here. It's Batman Day. Drake soars off of the sword. Hits Drake in the juggy. Man. Drake's going to get up and he's going to make that phone call, though. And if Luffy really lost here, then there could very well be an interesting conversation with Kobe and Drake about that. Or if he calls up Garp. Just feed my agenda. Feed my agenda. Garp at the head of sword. Hey, CP0 is here. They're responsible for the weapons. I witnessed all of it. Oh, by the way, Garp, grandson's here, and he just got wrecked. Elite slaves, yeah. Fable said, I think Tripper is saying that with his knowledge about the past, Tripper can't choose to enact his own justice for the betterment of the world. He must follow the orders to eliminate Luffy. Yeah, maybe. Chin said, no, he's just envious of of being a dinosaur. He wants to be a dinosaur too. Let's see. Barry, you're gonna go see Batman and get some Korean after. Enjoy. It's a good time. It's a good time. I miss Garp too. All right, getting back in here with make your dreams fly, and then we potentially see dreams crushed at the end of the chapter. That's good. Seeing all these attacks. So this is an interesting thing that I'm noticing here now on the second read, right? Is I hope you don't think you're the only one who can see the future, right? And then suddenly, where the background has been white, Oda differentiates what's happening here with thieving drunk phase by changing the background to black. So this could be a way that Oda plans to signify future sight going forward in the future. Or it could be to showcase how fast Kaido is moving in this moment to dodge all of the attacks. Because I think that that's the idea. I think Oda's trying to slow time for us in these panels to show how fast Kaido's moving. And that he has way more speed in his dragon form.
Savage.
Uses bite. Man. You know, there's a lot of this that reminds me of the first fight between Kaido and Luffy, and I think that that's intentional. From the panels to a lot of stuff here. To even just the Thunder Bagawas. Luffy expelling his air from Gear 4th Bound Man. Shout out to Justin Fawcett Cunningham, who said, I definitely see Drake not being able to speak or report to anybody after that shot to the throat. Someone else will have to report. That's an interesting thought. Drake loses his voice. I don't know if Oda would go that route, but that'd be great. He just uses Morse code on the snail. He'll figure out a way to get the report out. That's Drake's like entire arc. His role here is to witness this and then report on it. So let's see. People of Wano are used to defeat. Man. I'm really upset that Luffy let himself get hit by that first Thunder Bagua. By this point, he really should be able to, like, block that or break the Kanabo, you know? So, but he's got to do some more training and then come back and fight Kaido. I personally, like, I love the idea. There's been a lot of context clues that were telling me that Kaido was going to win. I mean, not win, that he was going to lose. And that's just Oda being good at subversion. But even from a structure perspective, everything in me was saying that Kaido should win because Luffy's not ready yet. So there still needs to be something that he needs to learn to come back into this fight with. Because I want that moment of Kaido using Thunder Bagua and then Luffy stopping it and breaking his Kanabo. Because that's why? Because that's what happens in Momotaro. And while Tama and Momo are respectively the avatars of Momotaro, Luffy is the one that's actually going up against the Oni King. And Momotaro, you know, part of it when moving at super speed. Wow. What a chapter. What a chapter. That panel of Kaido, though. This isn't what I wanted. Man. This is crazy. I love it. I love it. So let's see. Did my reread. Alright. All of Kaido's good fights get interrupted. Yeah. Daniel Bella said, I think Oda's trolling us and that CP0 are interfering with the fight as part of Kaido's future sight. Yeah, we talked about that earlier in the stream. Enzo just came in, Randy. R.I.P. Bozo. Are you talking about Dripper Scarfino? Ishmael said, here's my theory. As we all know, Luffy can hear the voice of all things. Maybe he will hear the voice of all the wishes and the lanterns from the Wano people. And then we just get this spirit bomb moment from Dragon Ball. Give me your power, all of your wishes. I can hear it. Oh, I'm so strong now. Could be interesting. I don't know if I necessarily see it happening, but quite possible. Quite possible. DBZ speed time for sure, Jack. Yeah. Hey.
Lavish bracket, in a lavish bracket.
Gotta have it.
Racks, I gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
Beat my fabric.
Do you see this jacket? Do you see it?
Pay my taxes. Trust me, you
Can track it. Shout out to Dripper Scarfino. Alright? That man is lavish bracket for sure. My guy, W's in the chat for Vernon Co. Okay? A channel goat right here. Okay? A moment of silence for our man, Dripper Scarfino. Gone before his time. You don't ruin Kaido's fun and walk away unscathed. This is true. And we have data for this. Kosuke Higurashi interfered one time in a Kaido fight against Kosuke Oden. She is dead. A man named Bon Clay has that fruit. That's a confirmed death. That's a big confirmed death. So, based on the transitive property in math, you interfere with a Kaido fight, you die. Alright? So, big love to the boy Dripper, but he might just be R.I.P. Ripper Scarfino. Unless he's like super fast and he can get away with Luffy. I mean, this is, you know, there's a possibility where Luffy gets captured. You know, man. Evo said, editor, drawing Kaido's dragon form is really time consuming. We must work around that. Oda, let's put 3 big panels of Dragon Kaido on one double-page spread. Editor. Yeah, exactly. Man. Shout out to Vern, you know, member for 5 months. Said, it's a real shame that Big Mom will never meet her childhood friends again. Yeah. It'll be a theory that just never gets confirmed, you know, but will remain in our hearts. Whether or not these kids are survivors.
Another one.
It's possible. It's possible. Or Big Mom flies back up, goes straight to the roof, and then has a conversation with Dripper. Or Dripper gets knocked down and then finds Big Mom. You know, like, what if Big Mom fell through the hole and then it's the trench underneath Wano, and the Big Mom pirates finally found it and are coming up it, and Big Mom hits it, knocks their ship back down, and then Dripper gets knocked down and then lands on Big Mom's ship. And then we have a conversation. I keep forgetting to put this on. Mario Zell, member for 6 months. Dripper Scarfino is by far the best made-up name. It's definitely my favorite name. But I mean, like, we had to make up a name for this guy months ago because he has been in the story for like a decade and does not have a name. Whereas you have a character like Vegapunk who's been in the story for over a decade and we've just never seen him, but has a name. So, Oda keeps playing around. You don't want to give us names? Yeah. I'm gonna be really disappointed whenever Oda like does name this guy and it's not Dripper Scarfino, because I'm gonna want to keep calling him that. Look at all those W's for Vern. Yeah, he deserves it. Nature Boy, gotta give the man his credit. He knew he couldn't hurt Luffy, so he used the split second to distract him for Kaido to finish Luffy for him. He's smart. He's smart. Yeah. SMRT. SMRT. I mean SMART for the Simpson fans. Dripper, the inverse Vegapunk. Exactly. Exactly. Dripper about to get that hockey bloom. I mean, maybe. Thousand Sunny said, Randy, Scarfino will report to the Gorosei that Luffy has awakened his fruit, and we will see Enel face reaction from the Gorosei. Thoughts? First of all, let me just say that, like, I just love how everybody in the chat calls him Dripper Scarfino. Like, nothing in the chat is like the CP0 guy. It's all Dripper Scarfino. Like, we have a community agreement that that is this man's name, and I love it. Ugh. Official name already. Jack said, of course we call him that. That man Dripper's our boy. Chitty said, I mean, that's his name. That's A. Vern said, Randy really named this guy Dripper Scarfino like it wasn't the best name out there, and is shocked we like it. Oh, man. Teddy said Dripper about to be dripping blood next chapter. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. So crazy. Dripper about to have a flashback next chapter. Oh, man. Randy playing Simpsons Hit and Run on Twitch when? Yo. Well, first of all, I'd have to find my copy of Hit and Run. What was that on? That was on the GameCube, right? I would love to play that game again. Do they have it on like Xbox or something? Did they like remaster it or something? Because I'll just get a digital copy of that, because that was a fun game. I mean, that's probably like my mom's house in a box somewhere under a bunch of other boxes that I'd have to spend hours trying to get. Probably be easier to just go to a GameStop and get another one. Crazy Taxi, who I only know Simpsons Hit and Run. Let's see. Vern said, when Oda actually names him, I'm gonna need that Drake meme with the official name versus the Dripper Scarfino. Yeah, but I'll put Diaz Drake over Drake. Just be like... Man. Wow. This was not what I was expecting this chapter, but it was exactly what was necessary. Because after everything that happened in 1041, we needed something to move the story in a new direction. Oh. What's that meme where the guy's like doing this? Because that's how I feel right now. All right. Let's try and think of some 1043 spoilers. And then I'm going to watch this Murphy Napier thing. 1043. Man. All right. Obviously, we come back into this. Oda's not going to leave us hanging. He's going to follow this up. Either Dripper is going to get away with Luffy somehow, and Kaido's going to be left like the John Travolta Pulp Fiction meme. Or Kaido is immediately going to make Dripper Scarfino regret ever coming to the rooftop. And it really is an either or, because this is such a monumental thing that it's really, you can't just decide on one. You can't decide on one because each one has too many implications that go into too many directions. So we just really have to see what Oda wants to do. And man, I think that this hit will push Luffy through the Skull Dome and down, and the skull is going to break from this hit. It's going to crumble, and then thematically, so will everybody's hopes and dreams that they're going to accomplish their goals in this arc. So if Luffy gets hit, smashes into the dome breaks, Luffy falls down into the live floor, Dripper and Kaido get caught up with falling as well. Schoolboy Collins could get in and interfere as well. That's a possibility if he's not going after Robin and Brooke. You know, it could be a situation where they just snatch Luffy as he's falling and try to get away. And if any of the Straw Hats see this, they could try and stop that and prevent that. That would be fun. That would be fun, trying to see everybody save Luffy. Stand up to Kaido to protect Luffy, stand up to CP0 to protect Luffy. We still need to tighten up this Orochi thread. I wonder if this interference could do something that frees Orochi, if Oda wants to just make everything more chaotic. I mean, I want Hiyori to get her revenge and finish Orochi, but man, this is so wild. Later, Fable. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. So I think that's that. We could get a moment where the Skull Dome breaks and then they're falling, and then as they're falling, Kaido is also having flashbacks. And let's see. Looks like the stream had a lag for a second, so should be back, right? Should be. The chapter is just too crazy, guys. I can't handle it. We were going into what could possibly happen in 1043, and you know when that happens, that's when they come after me. So that's just the way it is. So Dragonlope said, anyone else think this is the best chapter in Wano? I did see that JD Legend put that as his title for this chapter. Vernon Co said, "Give me Hiyori showing the people their oppressor defeated, and she stays to rule Wano and Momo's dead." Yeah, I want that too. Tripper tells Kaido about what really happened on Linlin's birthday. He's one of those orphans. I mean, we've talked about that since 1003. I really definitely want that. Siren's so satisfying. One Piece spies on me for sure. Got Foxied. Who's going to be the 9 shadows? Jamil said Carrot, Yamato, Denjiro, Jinbei, Brook, Usopp, Caribou, Tama, and Beppo. That's an interesting list. You got a lot of like C tier characters there. I think, you know, you got to have a couple more A characters for sure. I think there's probably only going to be like 2, 3 at the most, but really 2 like, why is this person here type of things. And a character like that would be Usopp. You know, that sort of subverting thing where it's just like, okay, why is Usopp one of the 9 shadows? Of course, because Usopp ends up being the person that like cinches the deal with, you know, a very specific sniper shot or something like that. Like that's the kind of thinking that I'd love to see happen. Very Denji who? Yeah, I don't know. Denjiro, who's that? Who's that person? Who's that? I don't know. Yeah, definitely one of the 9 shadows does have to be Chuji. And I think I need to put the Chuji emote on YouTube because we have it on Twitch. Put the Chuji emote on Twitch, but we need the Chuji emote over here on YouTube too. It's too funny. Too funny. All right, guys. So this is my plan for what I'm going to do right now. Is I'm gonna pull up this video of Murphy Napier talking about the sword theory, and I might even treat this as a separate VOD, depending on it. I'll just treat it as one, and maybe we'll clip it and I'll put it up separately. Shout out, thanks for the follow on Twitch. And then after that, we'll have some final thoughts here. We'll talk a little bit about, what that was. We'll talk a little bit more about 1042. Then I'm going to move over to Twitch. Okay, twitch.tv/Randy Troy. I'm gonna, chill, play some Pokemon Arceus, where I am giving my Pokemon different names, similar to how I treat CP0. None of them are the Pokemon names. They were all getting fun names. So that's what I've been doing on Twitch for a couple of weeks, and that's gonna be fun. And we can continue talking about the chapter there. And that's for everybody who missed out, because I didn't Twitch last night because the chapter came out too early and I didn't want to get spoiled. All right, so Phantom says skip to 2802. Copy that. All right. So here we go. Okay, so got notified today that Murphy Napier, who is a booktuber that has been reading One Piece for I think about a year now, who's caught up, went through a bunch of theory videos and added the Law is in Sword theory to her list of 5 theories to check out. Now I don't know why she particularly chose these 5. I'm sure this was like ones that were recommended. So I'm honored that whoever recommended the 5 theories that she was going to choose to watch, one of them was the Law is in Sword theory, which has been out for 2 years, maybe more now. It's a theory that I made right after 956 came out and have been compiling more and more evidence, and it to this day has yet to be debunked. The general idea of the theory, of course, is that Law is a member of Sword. But it's also sort of a theory within a theory, because the idea is that Sword is an organization that is opposed directly to the movements of the world government within the Marines. So the world government is involved in warmongering, slave trading, tyranny, and these are things that we are just not about, right? And we have seen that Garp is directly opposed to the Celestial Dragons. CP0 is among all of that. You know, they work directly for the world government. I think Garp is at the top of all of it. And then Law being connected to the only two members that we have seen, which are Drake and Kobe, led me to believe, also based on his mentor character, Corazon, being a secret Marine, right? Luffy, his father is a revolutionary. You know, his mentor was a pirate. He became a pirate. Sanji, his father is Judge, but his real daddy is Zeph. He became a chef. You get where I'm going with this? So, Law, technically his real daddy is Corazon. He was a secret Marine. So, there's elements to it. There's a lot of different things. If you want to know more about it, the video is on the channel. It's one of my older videos, but it still, I guess, holds up because people liked it. So we're going to watch what, we're going to see what Murphy thought. I believe she talked about it for a few minutes. Then we'll see what she said, talk about it. And cool. Alrighty.
Then my Sanji theory about the Eiffel I'm just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. That's the way I theorize. Oh, I have more videos. I have 2 more to do. Okay, this theory is a lot less in my brain.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Bernie, for not
You're welcome.
discussing.
Everybody can hear her, right?
Talk about Sword and the fact that Law, or the idea that Law is a part of it.
Sure do.
Living under the assumption that I remember what Sword is.
Well, I mean,
So Sword is the secret organization that I know Kobe's in it and X-Drake are in it. So it's a secret branch of the military. And I think we don't actually know what Sword is about, right? We don't actually know the purposes of it. Unless I just have forgotten and misunderstood things, which is possible.
Okay.
There's a lot to take in One Piece, especially on your first read through. But I know Kobe and X-Drake are a part of it. I kind of thought X-Drake was in charge, but he's arguing that Garp is in charge, which I'm actually really okay with.
she
Kobe
likes that Garp as a leader.
hasn't been a part of the military long enough that it would make sense that he would be a part of this super secret extra. Sorts itself out quite well. And also, I don't know what the purpose of Sword is or what Sword is doing, but he did argue a bit about how, you know, Garp's disdain for the Celestial Dragons and his non-desire to rise up to the top of the military, even though he totally could, are indicators that he is a part of Sword. And that really makes sense, especially since Garp doesn't really seem to fit into the military anyway of this world. So him actually having an alternate agenda suits me. And it also suits me to explain scenes like when Garp and Luffy clashed back at some point in one arc in the pre-time skip. And Luffy was getting away, and Garp had to throw cannonballs at him because that was his job. He didn't have a choice. But then whenever Luffy got away, Garp was happy, and he was celebrating that Luffy got away. It also makes sense as to why he doesn't want Luffy to be a pirate, because Garp has his own way of fighting the man from the inside, and he would rather Luffy follow in his footsteps. He has a better way of accomplishing, in his mind, better way of accomplishing what he's trying to accomplish. And his argument that Law fits into this organization because a pirate is the one that killed his role model, Corazon.
Yep.
And Corazon is a secret member of the military, so you would think that Law would not follow in Doflamingo's footsteps, but actually follow in Corazon's footsteps and be a part of the military, but a secret branch that's doing who knows what, but assumedly something more in line with Luffy's goals. Ooh, that was a lot to process. Sword is trying to take down the military, the world government from the inside, so that Sword's goals actually align with
Vern,
Luffy's
being
goals
here, man.
and with the Revolutionary Army's goals, which would again be very poetic because these three generations, Garp, Dragon, and Luffy, who all seem to be going in opposite directions, are actually all going in the same direction. They have the same goal, they're just coming at it from different angles. So, in the end, when we have the final war that will eclipse Marineford, these three divided forces that can't seem to connect, that don't seem to have the same ambitions, or don't seem to have the same goals, and Luffy doesn't want to follow in either of their footsteps, all three generations will...
Hold on a second. She added something here. I gotta turn the captions off to read this. She said, Randy Troy did talk about Dragon and Garp having the same goal. I'm just reiterating and adding to it. But the way I worded it here kind of sounded like it was my idea, which was unintentional. Oh, I didn't get that. So, let's see. I like that she is, not necessarily focusing as much on the Law part, but talking about the Garp part, which is actually my favorite part of the theory. So.
will actually be able to fight side by side because at the end of the day, they have the same goal. So I actually really like the idea that Law is a part of Sword and that Garp is the leader of Sword, even though it seems like Drake is, but I don't know.
Drake's not the leader.
I like this idea because even though I know nothing about Sword, and probably I should know more than I do, I've just forgotten some things, so maybe everything I'm saying actually doesn't fit at all, and I'm sorry. But I like the idea that they're a part of Sword and that Law is actually pretending to be a pirate, but really which would also be really poetic. I know I'm overusing that, but Oda is really poetic. It would be really because Corazon was pretending to be a pirate, but a government worker in disguise. And so now Law, who inherited his will, is pretending to be a pirate, but really a government worker in disguise. It's beautiful. I'm totally into this theory. I'm gonna go ahead and just sit here and watch the final video because it is only 30 minutes and I have to take my kids to the park.
Okay. The last one she watched was a teching video. Since you guys couldn't hear the beginning, what was it?
Thank you. Let me find your name.
Question. Would you build
These ads.
a website for
Oh, I love that. the caption. The caption. Savage.
This theory took a lot less of my brain power. Thank you. Let me find your name. Thank you, Randy Troy, for not discussing for not being in the same vein as the others.
Does
You're
someone
discussing
do her
something totally
captions for
different.
her?
You
Because there
wanna
was
talk
no
about
Savage
Sword
there.
and the fact that Law, or the idea that Law is a part of it. This I can handle. Of course, he is living under the assumption that I remember what sword is.
Who put that savage in there in the captions? That's funny. That's funny. She must have someone like do her captions for her, or she put that in there herself, and that's just a funny like little joke, a little nod, because there was no like savage in there. She didn't say the word savage. She didn't play the video. That's funny. So that's the funniest part of the thing. I didn't miss that in the beginning. Wow. All right. So this was cool. This was cool. You know, if you have not been following Murphy's journey, go ahead, check out her videos. She's been doing arc reviews. She comes at it from a, you know, a narrative standpoint, similar to, you know, probably myself, who's coming more from like a film perspective and all of that, and writing, you know, like scripts. And, you know, Morge gets into a lot of that kind of stuff as well. So it's fun. I've seen a couple of her videos. I like the way that she goes about things. She's a fellow Vivi stan, so I appreciate that. And, you know, at some point, you know, we got to get her on Theory for Theory and talk more about other stuff. But I'm appreciative. I'm glad that she talked about the, you know, focused on the relationship between Garp, Dragon, and Luffy, all being members of the Monkey family, going after the same goal from different avenues, because that's a big part of the, you know, the sword theory itself. And, you know, it really just comes down to, you know, lobbying in sword is, a lot of it is about following in the steps of your mentor rather than your father, which is a theme that we see with many characters. We see it with Luffy, we see it with Sanji, we see it with Chopper, we see it with Ace, we see it with Yamato, we see it with so many characters. Oda brings this around so much, so it does not take a lot of brain power to understand that law could be this way as well. And if Sword, if their goal is to take down the world government from the inside, then him aligning makes sense, because he'll want to get revenge on Flevens. So the world government took away his real family, and you know, he doesn't really have a reason to be a pirate, and he doesn't have a reason to continue in the story unless he's also going after the world government. Granted, you know, there's a whole, he wants to learn the true history now, but he can be a member of Sword and still learn that as well. So, and that's going to end this. In case I decide to clip this and make this a VOD, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you, Murphy, for adding me into your video. And, you know, the shout out, much appreciated. Let's get back to 1042. The other theories that she did were, looks like, shout out to Ilthel, following on Twitch, the Big O'Hara theory, which I've never watched because I don't care about what the One Piece is. The Library O'Hara theory on what the One Piece is, which I also haven't watched because I don't care what the One Piece is until I get there. I want Oda to tell me what it is. She did a theory from Tekking, it looked like, and I just closed the window so I can't see. And then she did Totally Not Mark's theory, well, really his analysis on the inversions of One Piece, which I have actually seen. And, you know, it's more, the best part of that video is just the analysis on, like, Oda's writing, because that is true, and we've been talking about that for years here. So, thought I was ending? No, I might clip that and make that a separate VOD. So, all right, we got Phantom Greyfire in here with the facts. The best One Piece theory you'll ever watch, I guess, from O'Hara. Checkered Fate, How Will One Piece End, from Totally Not Mark. What is the One Piece? The Ultimate One Piece Theory from Artor, Library of Ohara. The Trafalgar Law, Secret Connection to Sword from me. And the One Piece Treasure from Tekken. So, and honestly, I mean, I'm assuming that it was her community that suggested that she watch the Law video. Some of you may be in the chat that suggested it to her. I'm appreciative of you guys, because that's cool. You know, there's been a lot of subscribers today, and a lot of people that said that they've come from the from that video. So that's great. Yeah, we went up probably like 200 subscribers today, or at least 100 subscribers. So that's cool. Happy to have everybody. Rainder said the ending of the video is really great as well. After the Tekken talk, she says the same thing as you and how she feels towards the community. Randy. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'll go back and I'll check, you know, whatever she says at the end or something later on. King Kong Destroyer says, I have to say, Randy, your sword theory is one of the best theories I've watched. I literally told myself this hands down and has to happen after watching it because of how Oda-like it is. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, you know. It's just trying to get into Oda's head, and I try to do that when I write my own things as well. And it's all about character. What's going to make this character interesting? What's going to help the story? That's just the way that I come from with all of these thoughts. And it's like, whether it happens or not, that's fine. The one thing that I do want is that Garp is the leader of it. I want Garp to oppose the Marines, because otherwise his character is very hollow to me. Very hollow. Will Reynolds said, love you, Randers. Thanks for a great review. Appreciate you, Will. Thank you, man. Dragonlope said, Randy, do you think Kaido has a history of losing unfair fights, and that's how he got defeated so many times? Oh, well, that's interesting. That he's been, like, double-teamed or different things in various occasions, and, you know, has never really had a solid one-on-one. and it's like, it adds a layer to 1 versus 1, always bet on Kaido. But if it's 2v1, then you probably should bet on someone else, because history would say that that's how he was captured so many times. That's an interesting take, and we could see that, and that's why he's so adamant about fair fights and just one-on-ones. You know, he's kind of like Hisoka in that way. He just wants someone to be very... He just wants to find someone that's strong. Sunbro said, what's up, Randy? Been a while, jumped in late. Done reading the chapter? Yeah, we read the chapter, talked about it for about 2 hours. I just did a reaction to Murphy Napier shouting out the sword theory in her latest video. And, yeah. Jimmy Stryker said she has great captions. Think her husband does them. Oh. Well, then I guess he watched it too, because he's, you know. Savage is too funny in there. Yeah. Sorry for all the audio stuff in that. I was, you know, trying to fix that. When I go in, I'll probably, maybe I'll take the section from her video and just make sure that the audio is better. Oh, we got webcamschat.com in the chat. Thank you, mods, for getting that out of here. Yo, what's up, Sin? We got Sensei Inc. in here. My guy. Said webcam tripping. Yeah, big Sin in the building. If you missed it, Me and Sensei, we did a collab on his Sensei channel. His video on the Green Goblin. I came in and voiced Willem Dafoe for him in the intro. It's fun. It's fun. I liked what he did. Sin said 1042 was a shocker, but I liked it. Yo, my man Dripper Scarfino. Shout out to 2 missed calls. Just subscribed. That's my name for the dude, by the way, because Oda hasn't given them names, so some of us do it. Shout out to Maybe Mons for subbing on, following on Twitch. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Dripper Scarfino came in with the quickness, snatched up Luffy. I mean, you know, history would say that Kaido is not going to be happy with this and is going to take his aggression out on Dripper. So, we'll see how that's going to go. Or the ground breaks from underneath them. Dripper gets the upper hand. Soru's away with Luffy. And then we get Marineford 2.0 inverted, and the crew is on the hunt for Luffy. I don't know. Sky splitting Dripper soon, said Chin. Shout out to Fernando Siles, following on Twitch. Appreciate it. Chin said Murphy should watch the Thomas Teapot theory from Morge. I'd be interested to see what Murphy thinks of the Kurozumi Tama theory. But Dripper hits the Zoidberg shuffle and runs away. Let's see. Dawn Knight said, I kind of hate that they chased Brook and Robin for multiple chapters, but it only took him 1 to get Luffy. I know they knew where he was fighting Kaido, but still. That's true. That's true. That kind of makes me think that this man could have snatched up Robin at any time, but I don't know. Oda did say that Brook's the fastest Straw Hat, though, so maybe he's faster than Dripper. But I mean, Dripper was pulling some unheard of speed out here. It's kind of wild. This man teleported, for real. Dripper has Yonko level tactical assassination standards, says Jack Shelton. Not only did this man speed up to the roof after getting stabbed by Drake, he was hiding in the tall grass waiting for his moment. Snuck up and snatched up Luffy like a Pokeball. Like, got you. Tekai ate that Bagua. Hold up. Is this true? Is this true? Nature Boy said it says Dripper Scarfino on his One Piece wiki page. Did someone change his One Piece wiki so that it says Dripper Scarfino? I need a screenshot of that. Nature Boy said, nah, I'm just kidding. It really should, though. Phantom Greyfire said, Randy, how about filling out and going over the results on the One Piece live action fan survey for a video? That's interesting. That's a good video idea. I like that. Yeah. We can do that. Make that like a separate stream or something. Bai Chow said, yo man, love from India. Appreciate you. And the mega church out in full force. The mega church of Dripper Scarfino. On this day, 4th of March, 2022, the Lord and Savior of Wano, Dripper Scarfino, rose from beneath the ashes of Onigashima to the roof and gave us drama, gave us some heat, gave us meaning, gave us purpose, gave us a will to theorize, to survive, to continue. Welcome to the mega church of Dripper Scarfino. That's my King of Lightning vibe right there. Time to hack the system. Maxo said it's crazy how he did all of this without having a name. Barry said, okay, Randy, let's not get carried away. I mean, they were talking about Mega Church. That's like a King of Lightning thing, so I was just vibing the way he does. Not exactly. I didn't go as over the top as he does. I kind of kept it a little more subdued. Fixed in my own style in there. But, yeah. Brandon King thinks Stripper's the 1% man. Now get yelling. Catching up. All right. So, I feel pretty good about this chapter, guys. I feel pretty good. I feel good. I knew that I would. Because I always do. Alright guys, so this is the plan. Any last questions, anything like that, anything you want to talk about, bring it up here. Otherwise, in a couple of minutes I'm going to set things up. I'm going to move everything over to Twitch. It's just going to be chill. I'm going to have Pokemon going. And, you know, we'll name some Pokemon. Maybe we can find our own Dripper Scarfino in the game. We can continue the discussion over there. Don't forget, Chrissy is continuing her Hunter x Hunter journey tonight on Twitch at twitch.tv/Chrissy Varley, Varley. She should be getting into some Crollo action tonight. She last time did the Kurapika versus Uvo fight in Yorkanu, and that was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah, so excited to see where things go from there. Twitch has been fun. I'm enjoying it. And just Michael 2 following on Twitch, appreciate it. Salpham said, no, this seems like Randy wrapping up things. Yeah, I mean, come on, we're almost at 2.5 hours. This is like, you know, I try to keep it around 2 hours on YouTube. You know, that's the goal here. Kikoku said Chrissy's watching Hunter x Hunter. It's time. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? You know what time it is? It's about to be that time.
We've been talking about it for months. She's in York New now. She's got the VODs up. She has VODs from Heaven's Arena all the way to where she is now. She watched the exam arc and the Zoldyck family arc on her own. Any updates on who's going to be on Theory for Theory? Well, we need a break week for that. I'm not even going to start thinking about who I want to talk to until I've read the chapter for whatever week we're going on break. Because depending on what happens in that chapter, it may say like, I might want to talk to this particular person about this, you know? So we'll probably get a break after the next chapter, and then I'll start thinking about a Theory for Theory guest. Alex Jewell said York New is my personal favorite. Yeah, I'm in the camp of York New over Chimera, but you know, I know there's a lot of people that are Chimera over York New, all of that, but I love York New. Do I think that Law will use the surgery on Luffy now? Ooh. Well, if Law falls through the skull and lands next to Law, and it's looking bad, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Because if he's not a member of SWORD, then he might as well die. So. Which just sounds like, if my theory's not right, just kill the character. But no, really, I mean, like, he has no purpose in the story to go further. He's not going after the One Piece. So. Trying to keep him story relevant. Like, my whole theory about SWORD is also predicated on him surviving and allowing people that like him to continue having him in the story, at least until the final war. Mark, chapter was like, it was diesel, it was regular gas, it was Sunoco, Shell, Exxon, Sheets, you know, Dollar Pump, you know, not even Dollar Pump. I mean, well, you know, combine them, fuse them all together. That's a lot of gas. All right. Still alive, the Madman. Yeah, well, we're wrapping things up. I'm going to move over to Twitch. And, I don't think we have a break. Everybody was saying there was no break this week at the beginning of the stream. So. And it doesn't say break on the chapter. It just went and looked. So. We're going to be back here for 10:43 on Friday. So. Chin. You're right. Or two of my other favorite characters. So it's a big thing. Oh man. Let's see. Favorite Kaido attack so far? Ragnarok, I think, is probably my favorite. Yeah, Chrissy's big running headcanon is that Jing Freaks is the leader of the spiders. So, let's see. Let's see how that theory works out for her. Tonight, 9:30 p.m. EST is when Chrissy's going to be doing that. You know, give or take a few minutes or, you know, whatever. Chrissy D late sometimes. It's probably better than me at being on time. Twitter said no break. Okay, good. Let's see. Oh, did the webcam thing come back? How do I just ban this person? I can't even like access it. Oh yeah, here we go. Hide user from channel. Sorry, webcams. Sorry. But you're making my mods mod, which is the last thing I want my mods to do. I just want them to enjoy themselves, chill, hang out, relax. Like, I didn't mod them to mod them. But I did mod them to mod them. I didn't mod them to mod. Alright. So. Kikoko said, Randy, thoughts on Luffy's awakening having something to do with expanding or gigantification to the to like ancient giant size? So I mean, that's something that I've been saying since Water 7 Enies Lobby was weekly. I've been saying that Luffy's like final thing was that he was going to become a giant, and it just seems even more so. But now I think that his awakening really could be size manipulation, so that whoever had the original Gomu Gomu no Mi was responsible for making Zunisha the size that it is, making Onigashima's skull the size that it is, the sword at Onigashima. Like, that's something that would scare the Gorosei. But we'll see. If it's not, I don't get mad. I don't get mad. I love it either way. So. All right, I think this is a good place to wrap things up. Gio said Randy and his 90s hip-hop vibes bring the boys to the yard. Hey, you know, we keep it street here. 90s street. So. Jake definitely somewhere doing something without Dawn. Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm gonna move over to Twitch. Should be there. I gotta set things up and then move it over. Should take me about 5-10 minutes. I'll be over there, and then tonight at 9:30, you can catch Chrissy watching some. You know, maybe she'll find out the answer to her theory. Thanks for everybody being here. This was a fun one. This reaction was great. The fact that Dripper showed up on the roof. I love it. I love it. This is my goat right here. This is my goat. This is my goat. All right. See you guys on Twitch.